What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. It's match preview time. Another game. Just keep on coming, and it's good stuff. Look, can we get another win on the board? Well, if Swansea play like they did against Leicester the other week, we should do. But listen, let's get into this thing. Before I do, please hit a like on the video. It really is the best way to help out the channel. Subscribe to the channel, and of course, drop your comments below. Afternoon T85. C Stone saying, guess this is what I'm watching. Guess this is what I'm watching while I do my workout. Well, that's good stuff, C Stone. I don't know if you're on Instagram, but yeah, put out my workout stuff again. Hopefully it made someone else go to the gym today that probably wasn't going to go, but yeah, or just work out in general. You know, you don't need a gym. You can do stuff in your house, press ups, try dips on your sofa. There's so many things you can do, people. But yeah, shout out to you, C Stone, who is also a member of the channel as well. If you want to become a member, it helps me out. Just goes back into the channel as well. Link is in the description. And thank you to all existing members that have joined so far. Enzio as well. Good afternoon. Yeah, morning, noon, and night, wherever you are. It's a bit later than I planned. I kind of overslept, which in turn made me go to the gym later. But I was watching the Super Bowl, man. And listen, I'm a casual. I won't pretend to say that I watch the NFL all year round, but they do put on a spectacle for the Super Bowl, don't they? And yeah, our owners, 49ers, unlucky in loss. But you know, I do know of Patrick Mahomes, and hey, when you're one of the best quarterbacks, I guess that's what you get. Okay, C Stone power blocks in my basement. I hear that. Julie saying, afternoon, KG, hopefully 3 more points tomorrow. Yeah, listen, we got a bit of injury news to talk about, but other than that, we're in good health, good spirits, great form, and let's hope we can continue, as Julie said. Nah, Michael, watching Super Bowl or Taylor Swift, it's funny. I mean, I've seen all that. You can't escape it, obviously, online, seeing Taylor Swift on every NFL thing. But I was watching more for the Usher show, and apart from Alicia Keys missing the key when she first opened, it was good. He's got too many hits, which meant that he could only do a little bit of each song. But you know what? It was a good performance. Let's have a look here. Ali Stale Biscuits, tremendous. 18th to hit the like. Let's be on our toes and see off potential Swansea banal appeal. Yeah. It is. You know, it's not a given that we're going to win tomorrow. It never is. You know, Swansea recently beat Hull City, but you know, we are not Hull City. But you know, these kind of results can happen, but we have to make sure it doesn't. And I'm sure Daniel Farker has drilled that into the team. Yeah, good presser today. Decent enough. Let's get into it. But before we do, just want to go off from the last game. In terms of what he was talking about, because I did wonder about the penalty, you know, the Panenka. And Farker on the Panenka, I'm too old for this generation. I'm old-fashioned. I'd rather have the ball in the corner. I'm not a big fan of this, but who scores is right. He scored, and I was pleased that the board went in. And yeah, I mean, it is a funny one because the Panenka was done in like the 70s. I'm sure it was before, you know, modern football. So I guess he just means in the way that it's taken today, possibly. But yeah, it is more of a stylistic thing. But you know, when it comes off, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? There was one in the Premier League last season, man, and he completely messed it up. And it was the chance to equalize in the game. And man, when it goes wrong, it goes wrong. But also as well, I just wanted to highlight as well, Farker and Somerville season. I was hoping for this, but I couldn't guarantee this in the summer. It's due to the proper work he's done. So Somerville is relentless in training. I just want to highlight this. There's just so many good things to highlight at this point in time. But just this is via LUFC data, and there's a lot of good numbers there. But the one I want to focus on is Cree's numbers. He now has 23 goals and assists in 23-24. That's amazing at this point of the season. And 15 of those are goals, 8 are assists, just for the breakdown. But those are good numbers. And I remember saying at the start of the season, I can see this guy getting 20. Now, it's a bit away from the assist numbers, but the goals, he's almost smashed it already. And that just shows you, I knew that in this league, he would find his form, find a way of getting the best out of his game. And I think he will easily translate into Premier League football, as one of his ex-teammates has possibly said. I don't know if anyone knows of that. And yeah, listen, Spencer, Arcade, my man, Leeds are looking pretty good right now. Bloody love it. Yeah, there's nothing you can complain about. Daniel Farker, in terms of little details like defensive set pieces and efficiency on shots on target, he says that's room for improvement. We all know that. But when you're getting wins, that's a remedy to a lot of things. Winning is the remedy. It's not like we're going on runs where we draw in 2 games, losing 1, winning 2, drawing 1. These are all W's, people. So you cannot really complain about this. But, you know, Let's have a look. Yeah, Karen Somerville's on fire. He's just so influential. Apart from the numbers there, it's just the way that if you remember before Christmas when we was having a bit of a rough patch and we weren't playing that well, even he was shining in those games. Somerville was one of those that would just look like he was going to do something out of nothing, and that is just how good he is. I cannot, put into words just how good he is. But yes, the vultures are watching, so it's definitely important that we get up this season. We know, I think anyone with a realistic head knows that if we don't go up, we are not seeing Somerville next season. I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah, I don't think anyone believes that he's going to go for this another season. I would hope that people are realistic enough to know that. And of course, just to show you this, just to wrap up the Somerville thing, on his latest post on IG, his ex-final teammate or final youth teammate said, yes, leaving very quickly in the summer, fire emoji. Now, of course, we know things can get lost in translation. I don't actually know what he means by that, but I just take it as if Somerville isn't promoted with Leeds United, then the chances are he's going to get a move elsewhere. And to be honest, I've got no issue with that. I know it doesn't look great from other teammates, but I'm not bothered about that. These are footballers that talk to each other all the time. And I would just think it's on that basis. But if we go up, I think Crysencio Somerville stays with Leeds United. But yeah, just to put on a quick note on that. Let's have a look. Let me just get rid of these windows that I've used. Okay, right. Presser. What we saying? What we saying? Yeah, Yannick Bolasie. Yeah, it's funny how many of these players, they just all know each other, but a lot of the players are represented by the same agents and have got ex-teammates that then put them in touch with a teammate. It's very different from back in the day where players used to hate each other kind of thing. Now all these players are all pally these days, man. Michael here saying Connor Roberts to start KG in this series of games, 1 or 2 drop out to manage the cycle of games of every 3 and 4 days. And that's an interesting question, Michael, because I've also got the same question about because I believe in storylines a lot. And if Bamford isn't, fully fit to start this game, then I don't see any reason not to start Joao Peru in the team because it's his ex-team. I believe in storylines, and strikers love to score against their former clubs. So it wouldn't surprise me if Bamford isn't fully fit. I mean, it didn't say anything about Bamford not being fit, but you've got to understand, Patrick Bamford's body isn't like, a Somerville or someone like that. He is more injury prone. So if Bamford was to drop to the bench, whatever reason, Peru was to come in against his former team, I'd have no issue with that. Much like I wouldn't have any issue with here. Let's read the first bit. Byram has a muscle problem after Saturday. He misses tomorrow's game and is undergoing scans. Dan James is back in training and available. Now, that is great. Now, whether he didn't really show his hand, he was talking about how well Willie Nanto's done, especially with his end product, but he also recognized what Dan James was doing before. I'll be honest with you, people. I have no issue with either player starting the game. Whether you take Nanto out and put James back in for his previous body of work, or if you leave Nanto in because he's red hot right now, I have no issue. But what a problem to have! These are the problems that I've been begging for this football club for years now. You guys are probably sick of me whinging about it, but these are the problems you're supposed to have. You're not supposed to have one good player and then the backup player is somebody that could be playing for a League Two football team. No, this is what you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have real competition. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Of course, Dan James is an ex-Swansea player too, so he'll probably want to play in this game a lot as well. So yeah, great problem to have. And you got to know whoever's starting and whoever's coming on a sub is going to have a lot to prove and want to really impress so that they're in contention for the next game. Great problems to have. Great problems to have. This CR thing is hilarious, man. You guys are funny people. Will CR start? Who knows? Who knows? But another injury issue in here is Byram is out. And Farker couldn't really give a timeline. He wasn't committing whether Sam's going to be out longer term. He said he hopes it's not longer term. It's not the same hamstring. It's the other hamstring. So that's going to be something to look out for. Now, yes, that does leave us in a precarious position at the left back position. It means that we really are relying on Firpo to stay fit. What I will say though, and I'm not putting anything on Firpo's jacket, is that I think that Firpo's will to play is probably stronger at this level because we're the more dominant team. So he knows that we haven't got much defensive work to do. So it's going to be an easier game for him. He's playing more like a left winger, if we're being real. because when he's asked to defend, it's still scary, people. But I do think that Firpo's fitness, I don't think he's ever had a run like this in the team. I could be wrong. There was that 1 month in the Premier League where he looked, like a competent left back. But other than that, he's usually been out. We always hear Firpo's out for 4 weeks with some kind of strain. He's keeping himself fit. He's doing well. Long may it continue. But yes, all our eggs are in the Firpo basket. But as long as he's fit, all good. But if he's not fit, I'm sure we'll work it out there, and maybe some rejigging of the defense needs to be done then. But until then, Firpo is the left back, going forward. David here saying too many people knocking Byram, needs praising when he has played the past games. Listen, Sam Byram was, and this is something I said to him in the interview I had with him. He's already played more games than I thought he would have played all season long. When you consider his previous injury history, which wasn't good, I think and when he's played, he's been really, really good for us. And that won't be forgotten by me. And not just because he came on the channel, but that won't be forgotten by me. But yes, we always knew with Sam Byram it was going to be a risk because of his previous injury history, and unfortunately, it's come up again. But look, we don't know how long he's going to be out for, so let's wait for the scans. Let's wait for Danny Farker to confirm that. But yeah, he's not going to be available for this game. Shackleton is fit, but misses out due to personal reasons. So whatever's going on with Shackleton, hope you're doing well. Yeah, Paul Gray here. Peru, James, Ampadu, Roden, Connor Roberts, either ex-Swansea or Welsh. One day if they will all play to mix it up. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Darren here saying, I think Firpo is at full fitness now. Yeah, hopefully so, Darren. We need that until the end of the season. We need that because he does, whatever you think of him defensively, and me, he does give you another dimension going forward. He's always overlapping. And when you're playing against low blocks, it's so important because he needs to get round, put a ball in the box for someone to run onto or to be in the middle for. So he is going to be vital from now till the end of the season. Mike here saying, love how Jorginho is the new, oh God, Alioski in the dressing room. Need characters like him. Farker said he can always shut his office door. Yeah. I mean, listen, in terms of the whole Joker thing, and I mean, again, Byram said so himself, isn't he? With Jorginho, what you see is what you get. So he's just a great character to have. But the better thing with Jorginho is that he's actually a good player too. So it's more of a bonus. You get the full package with Jorginho. Of course, we'd like him to be a bit more efficient with his finishing, if he could, please. But creatively, he's out of this league. He's out of this league when it comes to being creative. He's on another level. Yeah, love Jorginho. Yeah, there's just so many players that to love. Archie Gray, putting skills into his set now. He's starting to get more comfortable where he's starting to send people to the shops. I love it. No complaints. What else have we got here? Okay, let's move up. This is the one which is a bit concerning, obviously, and it does probably show why we went so hot and heavy for a centre back at the end of the window. But Danny Farker said he doesn't have a certain time frame on Struik's return. What he can confirm is that there's progress in his rehab, but the doctors haven't allowed him to extend his load. Pause. Fresh assessment next week. So he's doing individual training this week and is aiming for team training on the 20th of February, I think he said. So that's going to be something to look out for. Just to continue, Farker indicating that Struijk might not return till after the next international break because of his extended absence to this point. There have been good scans, but at the moment, our doctors are careful to give the green light. So yeah, it just means there that we are a centre back down. I guess the only comforting thing in that is that Ampadu just seems to be so durable that it doesn't really matter that Struijk is out. Of course, you want him on the bench because it just makes the bench even stronger than it is. But yeah, that's going to be something. And you're looking at Struijk. I guess it's kind of in the background because we've been winning all these games and keeping the clean sheets. But you do need him. He's done well for us this season. Again, much like Byram, done well when they've played. So you've got to give him his props there. Hopefully he's not out for the rest of the season, which you're kind of thinking, is he out for the rest of the season? But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And after the next international break could be it. But I'm comfortable with Ampadu and Roden, obviously, as long as they stay fit. And we should be okay. But this is why I couldn't give the window a stronger mark, because we didn't strengthen in all positions where we needed some cover. And obviously it wasn't possible, but that's why I gave the window the marking I did. Michael here. Michael is saying Roden seriously needs a game off. Is Creswell ready to step in at the most sensible time? I don't think. I think as long as Joe Roden is fit, Michael and everyone else, he'll play. And I think that's via Daniel Farke's choice and Joe Roden. I think he wants to play as many games as possible. He's been at Spurs where he hasn't been playing. He's had to go out on loan and do loan stints there. He's in great form. So why would he want to rest? If he's fit, he'll want to play. And again, no qualms about that. Speaking also of winning formulas, and we talk about Connor Roberts coming in to start and putting Archie Gray in midfield. I just want to point something out again. It's more good news. Let me just go, and this is via Johnny Cooper, who's one of those stats people. But yeah, listen, when am I showing the page? I am showing the page. When Leeds United, when Ilya Gurev and Glenn Kamara start together this season, it's all W's, combined and passing accuracy of 95% in those matches, and only one goal conceded when they've been on the pitch. How do you change that, people? How do you change that? Again, so it's another great problem to have. How do you change it? Because even when Kamara, for me, wasn't doing enough with the ball, he was still pressing high and making sure we winning the ball back in the final third and setting up moves and setting up chances to be created. It's very, very difficult to take anybody out of this team. And Mr. Rippey is saying great stats, that great stats, love it. Exactly. And you know me, I'm not the biggest stat guy. I go with numbers that I can see and then put the stats to back it up. And that is what it is with Kamara and Gruev in the middle. So as much as I want to see Archie Gray play as that 8/hybrid 10, I guess he's still getting chances and he's still trying to score goals in the games that we are dominant in possession, which is going to be quite a lot in this division. So how do you take either of these guys out? It's winning. It's actually working. So it's tough. But these are problems that Danny Farke is probably begging to have. And he's probably glad he's got them. Probably keeps him up a little bit at night. But as he says, they're very well compensated. So he'll take that. Ian saying here, we will actually have impact subs once. Exactly, Ian. Everyone is going to be chomping at the bit. And I'm saying all this, people, and we're not even mentioning Jaden Anthony in any of this, who's our lone winger from Bournemouth. Like, he's not even, in the conversation here kind of thing. He's becoming, not background noise, I don't want to be disrespectful, because he did well for us against Plymouth in the Cup. But we're not even talking about Jaden Anthony being another option at this point in time. There are just so many good options, but it's not a slight on Jaden Anthony. It's a good thing, believe it or not, what I'm saying. Yeah, Render here, though, saying, have to remember with Kamara and Gruev in midfield, that means Ampadu in defense, so does give the full story. But yeah, I mean, in terms of what Render's saying there anyway, with Struijk out, it just means Ampadu's going to stay there regardless. So it doesn't really matter with that. We're not looking to move Ampadu back in midfield yet. It's not essential. So Ampadu can stay in defense while we keep these two together. But obviously, when we have that tight run of games, it's going to be interesting to see what they look like maybe on the second, third game, because that will be a lot of running. Plus, we're playing Leicester and Chelsea. These aren't, with all due respect, it's not going to be Rotherham or, Sheffield Wednesday, those kind of teams. It's going to be tougher test. David here saying Ampadu has adapted well in defense, great asset to the club. Yeah, David, I don't know if anyone, probably people don't know this, but he actually started as a centre-back at Exeter. That's what I saw him as when he was at Exeter City, when he was like 15. He was a centre-back stroke defensive midfielder. So playing centre-back is no issue for Ethan Ampadu. I think he just prefers playing defensive midfield, but he's adapted so well there. I mean, he's cleaned up so much as well. It goes unsaid. It's unfortunate, but he does a lot of the dirty work, and he's been brilliant for us there. Let's have a look. Yeah. Spencer here. How does Georgie do what he does? From the cameras, from the front view, that guy was taking him out. He's talking about the Rotherham defender. Yet he managed to jump that tackle, then nutmeg the other guy for Creed to score. Unreal. What a goal. What a goal. That's what I'm saying. We've got to take advantage while we've got these kind of players. Get up with these players and then give them some help when we get to the Premier League, because they will need help. We do need to strengthen. As I say, and I will continue to say, everybody can't go. But if you've got a base of like a Jorginho, Cree, add to that with some real top quality, hopefully we're doing better than just surviving relegation in the Prem. But listen, look at me getting ahead of myself. Let's get promoted first, though, people. let's get promoted first, people. Look at me jumping ahead. And yeah, Mr. Ripper, in regards to Ampadu, in fact, I feel extra confident when he's centre back. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Can't complain, can you? Can't complain. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. I mean, Mr. Cooper's got a few more. Chris Somerville is the youngest player to score 15 goals in the season for Leeds since Alan Smith in 2000, 2001. We'll say, that was Champions League day. So there's a bit of context to that, but good on Cree. And of course, this one, talk about Cree and Jorginho. Jorginho has assisted 7 of Crescencio Somerville's goals this season, the most goals any player has assisted for a teammate in the top 4 tiers of English football this season. Yeah. See, KDB and Haaland got nothing on these guys. Getting context though, KDB's been injured, so is Haaland. So there you go. But yeah, lovely stuff. It's all good, isn't it? It's all good. Cannot complain. Was that it in regards to team news? Yeah, that was it. That was it. So let's go to the table and just see where we're at. Third in the table, of course, Southampton just relentless, thinking they're going to lose against Huddersfield, then they pull out a 5-piece on them. Relentless. So we're third. We're looking to keep these all green against Swansea, who had slapped down. And this just reminds me of our old championship days, people. 16th in the table. You're not going to go down, not going to go up. You're just playing for pride at this point. So yeah, I mean, listen, I fully expect us to win this game. I'm not saying it's impossible we lose, but I think that we keep the good form rolling. If Swansea play like they did against Leicester, we should have a lot of joy. I'll say that very confidently, but I think that Luke Williams and Swansea will have learned their lesson from playing Leicester like that. It was ridiculous. It was like Bundesliga football, people. If you haven't seen the highlights, go and watch the Leicester Swansea highlights. It's disgraceful. But if they play like everyone else seems to play against us with a low block and everything else like that, maybe the score will be a bit more conservative. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for Leeds United on this one. What are we saying, people? What are we saying? Yeah, it does look delicious. Let me go and put it back up while you get your score predictions in. And if you're not watching live, just put your score predictions in the comment box below. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it, Ripper? Lovely. Russ here on the late thing. Afternoon, all better late than never. Russ, come on, man. This thing's almost over, buddy. It's almost over. Shout out to you, though, Russ. David here saying, Jorginho, the perfect number 10, silence all the critics from last season. He didn't even hardly play, though, David, did he? And when he did come on the pitch, we were like 4-1, 5-1 down. I don't know what people were expecting him to do. It was insane. Paul here saying 2-0 Leeds. Yep, Karen 2-1. Okay, anything else? Don James 2-1 Leeds. Okay, C Stone, yeah, 2-1 Leeds, 6 shots on target. Yeah, the magic number 6 shots on target. Yeah. Pellegrino just saying, I just can't see us losing, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, there's always a chance though, but we're hot right now. We are absolutely smoking hot right now. Andrew here, shout out to you, Andrew. 3-1 to Leeds. Yeah, Russ going 3-1. Does anyone think Swansea could do something? Can they do something? Ali Stale Biscuits here, 1-0 to Leeds with lots of emotions. Is that due to the old Welsh connections or something? Yeah. Brenda here saying, hoping for another clean sheet for Meslier in the defense. Meslier, a couple decent saves at the end of the Rotherham game too. I'm also going 3-0 also. Shout out to you. Kieran going 2-0, David 4-1. Yeah. Darren here, the team is very focused right now. 3-0, 3-0, Swansea just roll over for us. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do that, but let's make it difficult for them. Shout out to you, Lee Wakey. Caught you live, KJ. I've just finished a day's graph. I'm going to rewind. Yeah, shout out to you, Lee. Hope work was well for everybody that did something today. So yeah, shout out to you, Lee, and thank you for watching replay when you do. So yeah, I think everyone is in confident form. I just want to show though that we haven't got the only banana skin of this game week, I should say. I think Leicester, I think that's light work against Sheffield Wednesday. I think they're going to win that game. But again, I think Leicester are just clear. I think that spot is done. But if we look at who we got here, where they gone? Where's Southampton? Okay, Bristol City away can be tricky, can be a tricky tie. So we'll see how Southampton get on there. Maybe they've probably got too much for Bristol City, but that's still a bit of a tricky tie. And of course, Ipswich go to good old Millwall. They go to Millwall, mate. So again, that's going to be a difficult one for, regardless of what Millwall is, the Den is always a tough place to go. So there's a few banana skin fixtures here on this game week. So let's just keep the momentum up and win the game and just leave it there. So yeah, that is the preview. That is it. What I will say is that I'm going to be doing the game match reaction after the game tomorrow, but I will not be here. Okay, I'm going to be somewhere else. I'm going to visit my mom, visit some family, and chill out for a few days. So I'm going to be streaming from my mom's basement. It's not a basement. She don't have one, but I'll be from my mom, so it will be a different setting. But I'm going to have the sound and everything should be fine. So yeah, it will be no problem. The link is in the description if you want to just press the reminder so you can join me after the game and we can talk about it then. So yeah, before I go, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop your comments and score predictions below. And I'll see you tomorrow night, people. Have a good one. Peace out.